It was June 6th, 2005. A little over 8 years ago when I first came to Canada. Was I excited? Little bit. You know, you come to a new country, you don't know what to expect. It's not an opportunity to unbind. It's a very good opportunity to be wired up. At the same time, I was not that excited because I'm going to come to Canada and move in with my great roommates, my parents. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce my story, the last 8 years in Canada. I'm going to talk about 3 things: my career, my health, and my friendships. So I'll talk about my career. I was out of school, I came here, and I was living with my parents. And I was always the guy, I cannot sit alone, I always have to do something. So I had to get out and get a job. But I didn't just want a job, I wanted to build a career for myself. Now I come from India. In India, you're either a doctor, you're an engineer, or you're nothing. Let me repeat, you're either a doctor, an engineer, or you're nothing. I want to tell you my choice of profession. Are you excited to hear about what I chose to become? Drum roll, please. I decided to become a salesperson. Actually, according to my parents, it was nothing. So I wanted to be. So when I said to them, they were not happy. They were a little bit concerned. How did you get this idea? Right? But I'll tell you my motivation, why I decided to get into sales. When I was in college, I read a book by this author called Joe Girard, who was named by the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's greatest salesman. Actually, he worked for GM, and he sold 1,400 cars in 1 year. So 4 cars a day, that's a big feat. I don't think anybody can do it. So that inspired me. The potential to make money. Little did I know that it involves a lot of hard work. And so I wanted to be a salesman. He was my inspiration. So I came here, started working. In the last 4 or 5 years, I've worked in a variety of roles. My first job was for Sears Indoor Cleaning Air Service. I remember my first sales call. I was calling to book appointments. I was sitting and this is exactly, I was holding onto the table, and I'm not exaggerating, this is exactly how I felt. The next day I was fired. That ended my hopes. Man, is that over, my dream for becoming a good salesperson? But I think, maybe Terry, your speech, somebody gave it to me many years ago. Winners don't quit, quitters don't win. So I decided not to quit. So I persevered. And over a few years, I've really come along very well. I've established a name in the market as a good, I work for a lot of companies, and I've done very well. A few weeks ago, I got a call from 2 different companies. They wanted to, I didn't even apply, they wanted to talk to me, they wanted to interview me. And at first I thought, why would they call me? Then I thought, who else would they call? So coming from being fired from my first sales job to being a successful sales professional, yes, it has taken 8 years. The journey was worth it, and I'm proud to be a salesperson. According to my parents, I still should have been a doctor or an engineer, but that is not going to change. My health. When I came to Canada, if I can call it in a nice way, I was abnormally shaped. In a more decent way, I was overweight. In a layman's word, I was a fat cat. So I was fat. So I tried over the last few years a lot of things to lose weight. I got a personal trainer. Nothing happened. One thing I found out about personal trainers, they train you, but they never tell you what the exercise is. They want to keep it a trade secret. Every day it's a different thing, and they always want to keep you confused. So save your money. Personally, don't get a personal trainer. Because I want to know what I'm doing, right? It is like a mechanic. They do open it up and say, oh, okay, yeah, this is $500. You don't know any better. So that's how a personal trainer. I've actually run a couple of marathons. And in the last 8 years, I've done a lot of things. Have I reached my goal? Well, my goal is, to be like the guys in the beach, standing out with the washboard abs, standing one spot, all the girls coming to you. That's my goal. No, I'm serious. It's not. But it has not happened yet. But I'm there. I'm there. But I've come from a long way from being a fat cat to a rather slim person. So, my friendships, when I came to Canada, my friends were my parents. I'm telling you, they're good people. But as friends, you should, if your parents are only your friends, you have a problem. Go out and meet people. That's exactly what I did. I started to I came from a college where I had so many friends. I came here, I did not have any friends. And I thought, you know what, one good idea is to go out and join something I like. And I joined Toastmasters at the time. And after 7 years, I have very good friends with my Toastmasters. I started running, and I made some very good friends at my running group. And I went to work, and wherever I worked, I've always made good friends. And actually, I've been fortunate. Like wherever I do have friends. And that is something I've been able to develop over time. So so in conclusion, I cherish my career. My health is better than where I was. I have a lot of friends. I don't know if my story made you unwind, relax, or inspired or motivated. My goal was to share my story with you. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'm your spokesperson for your speech. Winners never quit, quitters never win. And I encourage you one day to come here and share your stories. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.